Good morning. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Lynn. I am a knitter and crocheter. And some days I struggle with talking. And apparently this is one of those days. But anyway, if you are new to here, thank you for checking me out. And just a pre-warning, I do talk a lot, just to let you know. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you for coming back. I'm glad I can add something to your day if it's nothing else but mild entertainment, because I'm a goofball. But anyway, I today's Sunday. You'll see this on a Monday. Well, it'll be released Monday. I don't know when you'll actually see it, but I I had so many plans this morning, and on that last video I said best laid plans and all that. Yeah, which for the past like week and a half I've been getting up at 5:30 in the morning, and normally, my normal wake up, I normally wake up between 6 and 6:30. It's just before dawn, just before daybreak. And I had to get up earlier for one morning, or actually a couple mornings, and I found that I really, really liked that. So I actually set my alarm, and I'm up there. I'm up now at 5:30, and I just feel like I get so much more done in that little 30 minutes to an hour extra that I have. I don't know if that's true, but that's how it feels. So this morning, I didn't set my alarm last night, because it's Sunday and I just kind of wanted to wing it. And I really did figure that I would get up by 6 or 6:30. I didn't. I woke up at 6:45, which I know that's not a whole lot of time to sleep in, but I've been so discombobulated all morning. And I'll tell y'all more about that later on. But I've gotten everything. I've gotten everything outside that I had to get done, because we have been the last few days raining on and off, and I wasn't sure if I would have to water my greenhouse this morning. So with it being kind of cloudy, but I don't trust the weather report whether we're going to get showers later or not, I went ahead and did my greenhouse and ended up picking me some more green beans, which I think the green beans are kind of done for the season. The pole beans, anyway. Because with it being getting cooler at night, there has been some nights, and I know we're only not even midway through September, but the uh, the nightly temperature has gotten down, pretty cool for the South. It's like 50, 55, 52, and that kind of doesn't, my summer crops don't like that. So they're just kind of saying, okay, we're done. But now I did plant some bush beans a little later. So we'll see what that happens. But anyway, this isn't my homesteading channel anymore. This is a yarn and all things yummy fibers. So I showed y'all this, right, the other day, and I finished it up. Now, I think I'm going to get a mannequin head. I saw one on, I Googled it and I saw one on Walmart that had just a little styrofoam head, and I might just grab one of those. It says I have one locally, but I don't believe that until I see it. And I just went to Walmart last night because I'm having company over today. Well, not company, it's family. And we used to do it every Sunday. Anyway, I'll talk about that later. Sorry. But anyway, I forgot all about picking up my mannequin head yesterday, or even seeing if they had one. So You can't see it in all its glory because Lynn's not going to model it. I'm not a hat person, y'all. I told y'all this. So I'm going to try to kind of, well, I can't even make my hands in that shape. So hopefully you'll get the idea. But I love how it came out. I love the colors and the way they played. Now, this is how much I still have left of that 100-gram hank. So I still have a lot of yarn left. And I might make a matching scarf if I can find out how much it would, how much, yarn I would need. But this is from Three Crows Fiber over in Augusta. I told y'all about them. I went there their opening day. Not their grand opening, but their opening day, the very first day they were open. And I really loved this. Now, I don't know if you can get it online yet or not. Christine in Cinnamon Stitches Facebook group, she had asked me if you could get it online, and I said, I'm sure. I know they have a website, so just go to Three Crows Fiber online and see, if you can buy that. But then after I told her that, a couple days later, I went to look on their website to see if she had any of those in the sock base. But as far as her personal dyeing, she doesn't have any of her yarn online. Now, you could probably call her, and she could send you pictures or whatnot. I'm sure she would be very accommodating. But I love the way this color worked up, and I want to get it on a sock base. And what's so funny, I was going to one of the many times me and my daughter-in-law went to somewhere this week. I looked down and I was knitting because she was driving. I was knitting, and these match my shoes, match my cozy. And I always keep this nearby because, my hair is so long and thin. Also matches my brush. I'm a purple and a blue kind of girl. And it's so funny because I don't choose things based on them being purple. It's just I naturally gravitate toward purples and blues. But or okay, so let me I told y'all I am discombobulated today. All right. So this is definitely a knit beanie. I did not follow a pattern. I just I think this will be on the medium to smaller size hat. I cast on 112 stitches and I did a 1x1 ribbing for about 3 inches because I couldn't decide. I knew I wanted a brim, but see, with a 3-inch brim, it gives me freedom to do only a small brim. If I wanted like an inch and a half of a brim, I could do it like that. Well, not me, but whoever gets the hat. Or they could have a super tall brim. Hold on. Today is not my day. Might be I'm so excited for my niece and her husband and their little baby coming over. But see, you could also have a bigger brim, little brim, bigger brim. So that's why I did 3.5 inches of the 1x1 ribbing. And then I just did the stockinette stitch up until I got about, I think I did this in about 7 inches. Now, I did it from the top of my ribbing because that way, even if someone wants a really long, tall brim, they still have enough room for their head. But I did an 8-point decrease because I ended up with, I did the calculations, and on 112 stitches, if you want to even decrease, now I like quick decreases, but I like them rounded. And if you'll see, Some 5-point decreases are very, very pointy, and I've never liked hats doing that. So basically, what I do is when I'm making a hat, I divide, let me think, and it just went out, it went completely out of my brain. So I divide my, there it goes, I found it. I divide the total number of stitches by 8, and that tells me how many um, how many stitches between my stitch markers to start my decreases. And then I just basically do my decreases. I did this originally on 24, no, 16-inch circulars. I think I did it on 3 1/4 or 3 1/2. I can't remember. I just finished it up yesterday, but yesterday I was watching my Bulldogs play on TV, and it was so stressful, and that might be why I'm so discombobulated today. But anyway, I love my football. Y'all know that. Well, those who hear me talk about, oh, I made this in dog colors, and I anyway. So I'm pretty sure it was 3 1/2 inch circulars. I mean, 3.5 millimeter circulars. So I did that with the 16-inch for the whole, for the cast on and in the body. And then as I got closer up on my thing, I switched to my 9-inch circulars. And by the time I had maybe 3 or 4 stitches in between each decrease, I ended up changing to my double pointed needles, and then I finished it off. But it's just a plain hat. It's not anything spectacular as far as the pattern. That's why I don't follow one. Now, if I had a solid color yarn or a tonal yarn, yeah, I would definitely look for something in a pattern like cables or something interesting to, make it pop. But with this, thankfully, I didn't have to do any of that because that yarn makes this hat beautiful. I love it. So there is no pattern to share because I just, it's my standard recipe or my standard, kind of like my vanilla socks. I just knit it so much, and that and my hand towels. There's no real pattern. I just do it. So, you're more than welcome to write that down and go by, do that if you so choose. And I have no clue. Usually I try to um, not talk so long, but sometimes that doesn't quite come across. All right. So I did work on another market bag. Now, originally I was going to do a red bag with the American Big Twist as my top, right? But as I got to doing it, we went out to eat with my sons and my daughter-in-law and my grandbaby. All 6 of us went, and I was doing it in the car, so I had brought both colors, and I started with my little band here, and I added my red to do my mesh, and I was like, ooh, that's drastic. Now, yes, my American Big Twist, let me see if I can, nope, I can't grab it. Okay. Anyway, I don't have anything made with it handy. But if you've been on my channel, it was the I showed it. It's a red, white, and blue cotton yarn, by Big Twist, which is Joanne's situation. But I just noticed there was a knot, a factory knot, but I'm seeing it. So I'm going to have to try to figure out how to, oh, I just tuck it in there. I was like, where did that knot come from? But I remember doing it last night because I finished this up before the game came on, thankfully. But anyway, nope, it popped back out. So I don't know. I'm going to have to figure something out with that. But I did switch to just these two colors. This wasn't the bag I had planned when I started making it, but the American by Big Twist it's a paler red. I've had very vibrant colors with that cotton yarn, but that particular ball was not. And I was out and about. I was not at home. So I just said, okay, fine. You know what? Pulled it out, grabbed the red yarn, grabbed the red cone, and just started doing this. And when I got home, I added the black and said, okay, well, I'll just have a bulldog market tote. So there's my bulldog market tote. And I thought about doing like adding some red in my mesh, but I don't think I want to do that. I like the solid mesh part. I do want to do kind of I can use one of my variegated yarns at the top. I mean, because I have so many colors that would go with black. And the black market bag, the mesh part, just kind of leaves it open for all kind of, you don't have to worry about it getting soiled and dirty. And now it might try to grab lint like I'm seeing here, but I really like this. Now, this is a pattern by Stephanie Zed, and I will link it down below so that I will actually have a pattern to share with y'all on something. It is a free, and it's not technically a pattern written out. She has a free YouTube tutorial. So I will link that down below. And this is the original size, but she does have instructions on how you can make it bigger to a big size, or you can go somewhere in between, whatever floats your boat. So my daughter-in-law sent me a Pinterest thing probably 3 weeks ago, maybe a little longer. I don't know. And I've been going back and forth whether I wanted to share this with y'all. She's like, I think this would be great for my niece, right? She said, I think she would like it because she likes this sort of thing. And I I thought, why not? So I sent it to my niece. I sent her a picture of it, and she's like, "Oh, that would be awesome." And okay, or something along those lines. But it's like, okay, good. Yeah, I like to try new designs and new things. And my niece is like teeny tiny, so anything that I make for her shouldn't take too terribly long, except this design. Now, it is a free YouTube tutorial. That's where the Pinterest took me. And the lady doesn't speak English. She's got subtitles. So basically, I went through and wrote out the pattern as I seen it come across her screen. And let me tell you, 4 pages later on this, or 5 pages, I think. I can't remember. That's my little notepad that I keep for writing down my channel stuff. But anyway, so I'm keeping it out of sight a little bit, I hope. I wrote everything down because I knew that I would not be able to follow along with her tutorial. I watched her tutorial so that I could get a gist of what she was saying by reading my writing, by reading what I had written. And there's only one or two times that I had to refer back to the video, but So she does give really good closed captioning. And this is it. It is a corset top. Now, the reason why I debated on showing this to y'all is because it is, she, in her thing, she says a 2mm yarn with a 2.5mm hook. Okay. I don't know what a 2mm yarn is. And I've been doing this for 26, 28 years, something like that. And maybe that's my ignorance, but I don't know what that is. But, oh, and by the way, the video was done in bright neon limeish green. So my niece really wanted that color. And I ended up finding this hot green by Lily Sugar and Cream. Because anytime you want something like this, anytime you make any, because this is a corset top. So anytime you make something like this, you definitely want a I'm gonna hang this right here. Don't feel like holding it anymore. But anyway, you want something that will be super duper um, sturdy. And Lily Sugar and Cream is that. So I did it. And I don't know what a 2mm. Oops, did I hit my microphone? Sorry, guys. I don't know what a 2mm yarn is. Can y'all tell me down below? Because I don't know. I Googled it. I took a strand of my Lily Sugar and Cream. And I have a, this is where I keep all my little um, circular needles. This was one of, I think this was like a sheet set or something, and it just had a cute little zipper on it. So I thought that was perfect to keep all my chiagoos. But anyway, I have the Susan Bates. It's a knit gauge and needle sizer. So I went to 2mm. Oh, that might be why this didn't work. Okay, I'm a moron. We're going to say that, and we're going to stick to it. So I'm going to try to get close enough. I did this one right here. Okay. Y'all forgive my nails. I tried a new dip powder. I ordered it because I wanted to do a Halloween nail. Yeah, it's not the right color, and it just didn't. The application didn't go well at all this time. But I'm used to doing my neon pink, so I did this at like 8 o'clock at night too, so that could have been the attributing factor. But anyway, so I'm looking now, and this is why I say I'm a moron. I went with the size 2 for the knitting needle, not the 2mm. The 2mm is that very, very, very smallest hole there, which is a size 0 knitting needle. So this is fingering weight yarn. All right. Let me see. So this is what I did. I basically took my Lily Sugar and Cream. And I put it through the hole. Okay, it's not going right now. Hold on. Yes, I know I just licked my fingers, but when you have all the fuzzies. So anyway, I put it through there. And this, a 2mm looks like a fingering weight. Am I right? Do y'all know? Tell me, please. Because I do feel stupid now, as long as I've been doing this. And I thought I was being a smarty pants by putting it through my needle gauge and my needle sizer to find out the weight. So That's why this poor little top didn't work out the way it was supposed to. Now, you can see it bunched up, even though it didn't do this at the beginning. It bunched up here. So, see how it kind of does that poochie? And I dampened it to try to stretch it, to kind of block it a little bit. But I did not do that on a blocking mat or anything, so that might have been my mistake. But my niece is coming over today, and I'm going to see if this thing fits her, if she likes it, because I'm not happy with it. But she may love it, so we'll see. And if she doesn't like it, this aunt's feelings will not be hurt at all. Um, I will keep it as a life lesson to understand what is being told to me. Yeah. So I will leave her link to her video below, but I will tell you it is a crochet. Oh, goodness. I have to go back through my history. And let me tell you, y'all, apparently I watch a lot of YouTube. A lot. So it is a crochet mesh paneled corset top. Now she misspelled paneled. Let me see if I can show you. And her YouTube channel is Aleem, ALEM, space, knit, space, and crochet. So I'm going to try to see if I can put that up there so y'all can see that. She spells in her title, she spelled it PANNELED. So crochet mesh paneled corset top. But I'll link that down below. Because sometimes, like, I watch a lot of my YouTube on my TV while I'm sitting there working and, getting things done. Well, I can't click a link on a description unless I grab my phone. So if you're watching this on something to where you can't click a link, hopefully you can just hear what I said and, type it in. But I would recommend this, and I may try this again, especially, well, I don't know, because I don't have any fingering weight sturdy cotton, because all of my fingering weight cotton are wearable cottons, so I don't have anything that thick. But the nightmare of this design, well, not the design, the nightmare of this make was I used a worsted Lily Sugar and Cream yarn with a 3mm hook. Yeah. Not my smartest moment. But now I will tell you this. These cups will hold her girls nice and steady, because you can't move these cups hardly at all. They are stiff. And, you know, especially if you're blessed up top, you want something that's going to hold the girls properly, right? Well, take a big yarn with a very small hook, and you've got that you've got that I can't even think of the word. I told y'all I'm discombobulated. Perfect match, maybe. But so the pattern has you make the cups, you set them to the side. Well, you make the cups, and you make oh, if for nothing else, look at that video and fast forward until you can get to her straps. I love this, and I think I may do this kind of strap on everything that has straps from here on out. There's not a whole lot of give. It's not going to stretch. So if you do need extra support, when you tie this around your neck, or you put it over your shoulders and tie it in the back, because I'll show y'all the back in a second, it's not gonna stretch much. Now it might give a little because, all right, I don't know if you can see my hands, but watch. All right, so I'm squeezing super tight. and I'm stretching. So it has maybe a millimeter or two. That's it. So I'm definitely going to use that. And I may refer back to that video many, 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 many times. Or I might just make, you know what I could make? Oh, my daughter-in-law, I made her that swimsuit cover up that I showed y'all a couple months back. I made her that crocheted mesh cover up. And she's in between the sizes. So I told her that I can make a cord that we can weave through the back, right here at the V in the back, because it's got a V in the front and a V in the back. I said, I could crochet a cord. I could crochet one of these and we could feed it through, much like this back. Now, I'm going to lay that down there. So, isn't that cute? I love the design of this. And what I may do, and I told my niece this, because I told my daughter-in-law I will not make this pattern again unless, and this is the same thing I told her and my niece, I would make this pattern again if I used a bigger size yarn. Bigger size needle for this yarn. I don't think I would go up to a 4.5. I think that would make it too loose of a fabric. But I might go to a 4, from a 3 to a 4. And I know that doesn't seem like much, but y'all, I was fighting that hook. I mean, normally my chains are very concise and consistent. These are not, because I was dealing with such a tiny, tiny, pardon me, with a tiny, tiny hook. And I do think that if I had all of her measurements, and uh, she's not a maker, so she doesn't know. If I ask her, okay, I need your breast size. And by that, and it's not a typical measurement you use when you're doing things, but I wanted from her center to underneath right here on the side, I would want that, and then I'd want the top of where she would want it covering to the bottom underside of it. And then, not only that, I would want her to give me her circumference down here. Now, she is, I think, 30 inches around her torso, maybe, but I can't remember. And another thing is I would have wanted to know the length, you know. So I would want to know all these things before I changed hook sizes, because I think this is going to be too big for her. She is a teeny tiny lady. So this may fit her, but I still think, even though it's small, I think it's still going to be too big. So we'll see. But if you like this, um, go check that video out and see, if you'd like to make it. I like it. I'm not super crazy about the way they had me single crochet around the cups. Oh, and one feature that it had was doing a slip stitch or single crochet across the cups. I couldn't do that because this is such a tight fabric. There's no way I could get a hook in there to do that. No way. And I think I would change that right there. I don't like that. And I don't know if I it's the way that she told us to do it, but I don't like that huge separation between the breast either. But that just looks funny to me. So, I may tweak it a little bit if I do decide to do it again. It depends. If my niece loves it and it doesn't fit. I did buy 3 of these hot greens. And I think I'm looking at my cotton rack over there. I think I used all of one and maybe a little smidge of another. Or I might have just used one. I honestly, hold on. Let me see. Okay, I'll show y'all. All right. So I used one, and then I used, I don't know if you can see the hole there, but it's probably about 1.5, maybe, because these things are wound really tight in there. So, and yeah, this is the Lily Sugar and Cream in the color Hot Green. But now, like a neon orange, like, well, this is, my nails are supposed to be neon orange, but they're not. Because I thought like a more of a Cheetos orange, not, light orange, but like a neon orange or a hot pink. I don't know if blue, like a deep blue, like the Dazzle blue in Lily Sugar and Cream. I don't know if that would look good on her skin tone because she is pale. So I don't know. She chose the color, so I went with it, and the color's not bad. I'm just not a green person, but we'll see how that works out later when they get over here. So that's pretty much wrapping up what I have to show y'all. Now, what I was telling y'all about earlier, and I said I would share with y'all in a minute. Um, when my mother was alive, we did Sunday dinners. Okay, that was something me and the youngest of my brothers, who is still older than me, but the youngest, me and we're the only ones that have stayed around in this area, and so we wanted to basically create a tradition. Sorry, give me a second. My mom's been gone 13 years last month. So that's a long time, but it's still very, very painful. But anyway, we wanted to do this because our upbringing was not ideal. And I'm understating that a lot, but I don't feel like childhood my childhood needs to be out there on YouTube. But so my brother and I, we started this with my mom to where we would have Sunday dinners together. It could be at my house, it could be at my brother's house, it could be at my mom's house, and we would all either bring something, like a potluck, but we would plan a menu. I mean, we would plan what we wanted, and then one person would bring something, and so that none of the three families had to feed the whole family. Because let's face it, money is tight. Money was always tight when I was growing up. Money was tight in my younger years, and money is still tight. So it's always easier to do that. And Sundays were for family, and family is huge for me. Family is family is everything. So every Sunday we would get together, and it was great. Then when the children came along, it was even better. Which used to be before the children came along for me and my brother. It used to be we would play cards, we would um, play dice, we would, mainly it was either dice or cards, whether it was spades or rummy 5,000 or, it didn't matter. We were just hanging out as a family. And then when the children came along, they took up a lot of our attention, even on Sunday dinners. So we didn't get to play games until they were probably 5, 6ish. And so that continued until we lost my mom. And For a while, my brother and I, we continued to do it even without my mom. Originally, it was for my mom, but after she was gone, it was more like, we like this, let's continue. And, for reasons I'm not going to get into on here, um, my brother and I have not really, I don't know, we're not close as we were. Just leave it at that. And so Sunday dinners stopped being a thing with my brother and I and our families. Now, that being said, my niece and my nephew's mom, their biological mom, left when they were 3 and 7. So I took over that role for a lot, for the stability of that. Now, my brother had girlfriends and whatnot, and, they played a part in it, but I was their constant. And so was their grandma until she passed away. But my sister in law, my ex sister in law, and I were pregnant at the same time. So my niece and my boys are only 3.5 months apart. So they grew up almost like triplets. And even before my ex sister in law left them, and she straight out abandoned them. She just walked out the door one day and wanted drugs and not her kids. But she had done that to her other children too. So before my brother got with her. But anyway, so needless to say, my niece and my nephew stayed over at my house a lot. It was almost either not every weekend, but almost every other weekend, or 2 to 3 weekends out of the month, they were at my house. And I'm close with my niece and my nephew. And so when we stopped doing Sunday dinners, I didn't stop with them. I would still try to do things, but at this point in their life, and my boys, they were teenagers. They were going to school, getting jobs, and so it wasn't a whole lot of time. Now, when the boys got older, and now that I have a grandson, we have always done, when they went off to various things, like one went to college in Mississippi and one went to college up in Columbia, had an apartment up there. But it was still something that we did. On the weekends we got together, whether it was Saturday or Sunday or Saturday and Sunday, it didn't matter. And we still do that to this day. But my niece and her husband and their baby, well, I say baby, Zaylin he was born on my boy's birthday, 2, 3 years. Hold on, give me a second. Taylor, if you're watching this, don't shoot me. And that might be her now. Nope. Um, Zaylin is 3. Zaylin is 3. So anyway, they're gonna come over, and Zaylin and my grandson Brantley love to play together. So I'm really excited. It's been I want to say 6 months more since my niece has been out. Her and her husband got married in March, and I don't think they've been out since before that, because they lived up in Florence, South Carolina for about 9, 10 months maybe. So yeah, it's been a minute, and I'm really excited. Now, that's not to say that we haven't been with them and hung out with them, because we have. And in fact, I went up there to Florence to help them move back down here. And Florence is only like an hour and a half, 2 hours away, so it's not like it's a super long way. But they're back down here, And it'll be nice to have them come over for a Sunday dinner. And I got a couple things that I need to do before they get here. And it's still early enough, I think. So, yeah, it's still early enough. I can get a lot of the stuff done because it's not going to take me maybe 20, 30 minutes to do these things that I need to get done. But uh, it might take me longer today because I am discombobulated. And I was trying to get some TikTok videos. Y'all, let me tell you, I'm an old dog, but I'm learning new tricks. So someone recommended that I up my social media presence to help my website. Now, I knew going in that my website was going to be slow going. And I am also doing an Etsy listing or Etsy shop. But I didn't want to count on the Etsy thing first. I wanted to get my website up and going and then do the Etsy shop to kind of, try to drive traffic to my website. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But it was advised to me that I need to up my social media presence. So, okay. I'm trying to learn. But I spent a long time trying to edit some things, some clips together, and I have an Android, I have a Samsung Galaxy, and I don't have an iPhone, but I was doing some filming on an iPhone for the TikTok. And I had to get with my son because I don't know how to, like with mine, if I record on my phone, I just upload it straight, after I edit it, I upload it straight to TikTok, right? Okay, easy enough. But or doing it on the iPhone, apparently I have to, because I thought I could just put it on my phone, put it on my laptop and do all that fun stuff. But, and I am completely at home with computers and technology. Social media, not so much, because I don't know the different platforms as well as I would need to utilize them to try to advertise traffic to my website. And if y'all want to help, that would be awesome. My link has been in my description box since September 1st when I launched my website. If y'all can share it or whatnot with people you think might be interested. And, I might run like a little a giveaway or something. I don't know. That's It might be in the plans. I need to figure out a way to get more traffic to it. Now, I knew it was going to be a slow going, especially since I didn't have the social media presence. So we're going to give it a shot and try this to get me out there a little bit more. But I needed to get some of that done before they got here too, and that's going to take the longest. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get off here. I think I showed y'all everything that I wanted to show you today. And I talked your head off. And if you're still here, you're awesome. Thank you for sticking with me. I rambled more than usual today. So I hope I didn't bore you to tears. But if I did, I hope you have a great rest of your day and just do something that makes you happy. Find joy in something that you do today. I know I am. Like I said, family is huge for me. My little core family is a constant, and I hope that never changes. But you know, I know there's people out there that don't have that luxury of or the desire, for one reason or another. But oh, I just hit my boo boo. I'll tell y'all about that in the next one. So, y'all have a great afternoon. I will see y'all later. Bye bye.